Good evening. We're going to be starting with lesson 21 tonight in our unit 4 of fractions. And tonight we're going to solve addition and subtraction word problems and estimate the reasonableness of the answers. In our first word problem tonight, Mr. Lopez is making orange punch. He has 2 containers of orange juice. There are 3/4 gallons of orange juice in each container. The recipe calls for 1 gallon of orange juice. Does he have enough? So if we look at our benchmarks and that we have been discussing to help us find where a fraction would go in the number line and what it's closer to, and we want to find it's greater than, less than, or equal to, we have the 0, we have the half, and then we have the whole. So when we look at 3/4, we know that 3/4 is just one more fourth of being a whole. So it's much closer to the 1 benchmark. But it's also could be very close to the half when we say 2/4. So you got to be in there somewhere in the middle. But they want to know, does he have enough orange juice? If both containers have 3/4 in both of them, and we add this up, we know that we have 6/4. And 6/4 is definitely more than 1 whole. It's definitely more than 1 whole. So in this case, he does have enough because he has more than 1 gallon, because 6/4 is way over a whole. Benchmarks can help us estimate sums and differences of fractions. What benchmark is each addend close to? If we look at 3/10 and 5 and plus 4/10, we know this is going to equal 7/10, which is very close to what? 5/10. And what do we know about 5/10? Well, if we divide the top and the bottom by 5, we know that we're going to get an equivalent fraction or a reduced fraction of a half. So these addends are very close to the benchmark, a half. What about 1 whole take away 4/6? What benchmark is close to 4/6? Well, it's definitely closer to a half, that benchmark. So if we wanted to do an estimate, we could just say 1 minus a half is a half, because 1/2 plus 1/2 gives us a whole. Miss Wong buys 3/8 potato salad, of spinach salad, and 7/8 of pounds of potato salad at the deli. How many total pounds of salad does Miss Wong buy? So we could set this up with an addition, 3/8 plus 7/8, and we're going to keep the denominator the same because it's alike denominators, which is 8. The numerator is 3 plus 7 is 10. So 10/8, is that going to be more than a whole? Which is it closer to? It's definitely closer to, because 8/8 is a whole, and we're left with, so if we pull out 8/8, we're left with the 2/8, which is very close to a half. This is a reasonable estimate because we're using the benchmark of a half to help us to see if our answer is reasonable. So we could say that around about Miss Wong bought 1.5 pounds of salad. There are 11/12 of a pan of brownies in the kitchen. Yummy. Amy and her friends eat 7/12 of the pan of brownies. What fraction of the pan of brownies is left? Well, if that was up to me, all the brownies would be gone. One of my favorites. So we hear the word left, and that's going to mean subtraction. So let's take our fractions, 11/12, take away 7/12, and we're going to get an answer of, the denominator always stays the same because they are alike. 11 minus 7 in the numerator would give us 4. So you have 4/12 left. And if we try to get into that habit, what number What factor does 4 and 12 have in common? Can't go higher than 4. Well, it is 4 in this case, and we're going to get 1/3. So there's a third of brownies left. A leaf is 2 inches long. A moth is 3/4 inches shorter than the leaf. How long is the moth? All right, so when we're talking about shorter than, we're going to be doing some subtraction. So we have 2 wholes, take away 3/4, and we're going to pull out that 1 and the whole. And since we're talking about fourths, we're going to make this 4/4 to equal 2. So now we have 1 and 4/4, take away 3/4, and we are left with 1 and 1/4. So there is 1, it's shorter by 1 and 1/4. Okay, don't look at me like that. All right, we'll practice some more. Try the next problem. Cameron walks 1/6 of a mile in the morning, 4/6 of a mile in the afternoon. How many miles does Cameron walk? And I want to see your work tomorrow. Just thinking of you makes me smile. All my students bring me the biggest smile. So thank you. Have a wonderful night, and we'll practice this more tomorrow.